Hey, buddy, what's up? Welcome into our Rapidkick review of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection.
For the Switch.
Yeah, Corey and I played it on the channel for the Let's Play. We've got a couple of hours into it now, enough time to kind of get a real good feeling for the game. And boy, does the game give you feelings about it. This will be our second review on the channel. We're trying something new this year. We're trying to do a review every month. So for the month of February, it's kind of late. We're pushing it, but
we made it.
Yeah, here's our review of Ghosts and Goblins on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
First, we'll say that it's digital only currently.
Yeah.
As of it came out today, it's only digital. There's no physical. I would suspect that there probably will be a physical copy.
I always suspect
that
now
you're gonna
because
be paying. Yeah.
You got limited run games and all that, and
they can sell the game to you twice. You know,
and if you like it, you're gonna buy it twice.
Yeah, and it's a $30 game, but Nintendo Switch exclusive for right now, digital only. Let me ask you, dude, how did you feel that the game looked and it sounded?
The look and sound, great. It's done in the RE engine, Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks pretty damn good. I like the look, dude. It looks crisp and clean.
Yeah, it looks like an old paper painting, or like if you would look at one of the Grimm fairy tales or something like that, and there were illustrations in there. That's what the game looks like. The enemies and all of it, you can pause it at any given screen, and it's going to look like its own work of art in a storybook page.
But like a cartoony version of it.
Yeah, like a darker fairy tale.
Yeah, and but even more cartoony.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's got the sound. The music's great. It's got the classic song.
Yeah, a lot
of
it is very similar to the original games.
I don't know if we're playing the music in the background or not, but it's the. That's the jam, dude.
Yeah,
when that song kicks on, you're like, hell yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nostalgic.
I'll see if I can find anything for the audio in the background. So yeah, it looks great. It sounds great, but dude, how does it play?
It plays like it's not the worst game I've ever played control wise.
No,
but boy,
it's stiff.
It is a little stiff.
It's really stiff.
And I can already see it. I can see in the future any pro gamers listening to this that have already beat the game your first try, you never died once.
Yeah.
That's not us. We're just regular ass dudes.
Yeah, you're going to try to tell us to get good and
no, we're not getting good. We play games for fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a professional.
And what the worst thing is that I don't think either of us are like terrible at games or platformers. This one is just very unforgiving, and the controls are so stiff for the most part with the second player controls. And I'll talk a little more about that because we did do the 2-player mode as well as the single player. Playing it on the analog stick, I felt like I was more confined to how I would be playing on the D-pad on the analog stick. So my movements, like my in between the 8 directions or whatever, didn't feel very accurate. And you have to stop moving to attack in the forward direction. So if you want to attack forward, you can't be moving up at the same time or whatever.
Yeah, let me tell you, there was an infamous moment for me. If you watch the Let's Play, you'll see it. There was a fucking crate in the water, and I couldn't land on that crate.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, I just got to be the frog. Well, I figured that out, and then the demon guy swoops in and kills me before I can make the jump.
And not only does it, you're solving
Firebrand, I think.
You're not just solving a puzzle. You're faced with timing or whatever, and the timing, if it's not right, then they're going to come punish you for it. And boy, does this game punish you. It punishes you a lot.
Yeah, and most platformers that I'm used to Nintendo platformers, obviously.
Yeah.
But the way you can speed through stuff, you'll run through, when to jump because there's a certain pace that platformers have. Typically, you're like, oh, I'm running, I jump, I run, I jump. You feel it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that feeling in this one.
Yeah.
Where it's like I didn't feel like I could just go.
Yeah.
I had to be patient. And that's hard to do in a platformer.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes being patient, like you can't be too patient because it expects you to go.
Yeah, because you're surrounded by enemies that can swoop in.
And on top of that, it does that thing. It does what I would call the cheap kill thing, where like you advance the screen forward into the next frame, and then something that unless you've played it before, you don't know what's about to happen. Something's going to fall at you. Something's going to start growing. And you can't react to it fast enough because you're already on edge trying to be slow about it and take your time, and you get punished for it.
Oh, and let me also bring this up because this is important. I don't know if this falls into the same category, but there was a moment where I was trying to fight an enemy, but he was underneath the stage, and he could only take damage on the head. I could not hit his head with the weapon I had.
Yeah.
There was no way I could get past that part.
I'll try to find the footage of that because it was the fire bottle and yeah, there were branches blocking this character's head, and
the head's the only weak point. There was nothing I could do.
You couldn't progress at all because of that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think. I was like, can you hit the stem or anything like that? And sure enough, no, you can't hit the stems or whatever. It wasn't working. At least it wasn't working for us. Maybe we were doing it wrong, but I don't think so.
And now that's when we decided to go to 2-player mode, which got us past that part.
Yeah.
Actually switching difficulty to an easier one.
Yeah.
And
there are 4 difficulties. We started on night, which is the one right below the toughest.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what the toughest was.
Yeah, it's legend or legendary or something.
By the time that we were done playing with on our Let's Play for today and getting the feeling for the game, we had moved from that 3rd difficulty up all the way down to the bottom. And each time, like, you finish the level, it lets you know, hey, you turned on co-op. And you lowered the level or whatever, so it's gonna let you know and it's gonna deduct points for that. But damn, man, and even turning co-op on where you have a character that flies around everywhere, my character was like more good Tails, is how I described it.
Yeah, better version of Tails.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Tails might be more fun to use because I was getting irritated. You throw your javelin or whatever, and I get that it's a 2nd player or whatever. They're not going to give you all of the options like Arthur has, but I would throw a javelin and you had to wait for it to cross the entire screen before you could throw another one, or it had to hit something, and it is easy to whiff in this game. So I was stuck, I was just finding myself mashing and getting more frustrated because I couldn't throw my next weapon or whatever I'm trying to move in, and by the time it does spawn and I'm still unintentionally mashing to try to get the next shot out, I'm moving up to track the enemy, and then it throws my thing in the air. And the 2nd player guide does have a spread shot, which is weaker. It's got a drop shot or something that kind of does a little bounce and then it goes away, which I suspect is the strongest. And then the straight shot right in the middle of the spirit javelin. You switch between those with the bumpers.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's easy to get lost in the game. What I found being more helpful with is finding a path.
Yeah.
Essentially for us. And most of the time, me being able to attack didn't really help much.
There were moments, though, where it definitely helped.
Yeah, it would have helped for sure in that scenario where you got stuck. Because we hadn't started 2-player at that point. We started it right after that.
Yeah, that part, it was helpful in there was another stage later where I'm just getting swarmed with enemies coming forward.
Yeah.
And without a 2nd player, I don't think I'd be able to.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd be able to get through there without damage. I might be able to get through it, but I don't think I'd be able to do it without taking damage.
This game is freaking, it's crippling, dude, how tough it is. Yeah. It's very freaking hard.
Don't.
Very, very, very hard. Even on the easiest difficulty, don't let it lie to you. It is hard.
Yeah, it's tough. Unless we didn't get down to the easiest, which maybe we did. I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought we did.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't. But it was tough. Now, I do want to say that in Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo, that's the one I'm most nostalgic about, so that's the one I was going to compare it to from the start. You had a double jump.
Yeah.
God, do I miss the double jump.
Yeah, it looks like this has a skill tree, and you might be able to get something like that later.
I didn't see it on the skill tree.
I don't know.
Now, I will say about the skill tree, it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's a sick feature. I would love to be able to get far enough in the game to play with the skill tree. Because there's, you can restore your armor. You can get new spells. You can freeze every enemy on the screen with a Medusa head, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Very cool. And you can use them as platforms, which would come in handy.
Yeah.
So there's some cool stuff. And I'm not saying I don't want to ever play it again, because I do.
Yeah, sure.
I want to get further. I want to get those skills unlocked.
Yeah, so I guess that leads me into my final question for you, dude. How do you feel about this game? Is it fun? Be honest. Be honest.
It's fun if you like beating your head against the wall. I'm not going to say it's going to be fun for everyone. If you don't like...
I don't think it will at all. I'll be honest with you, dude, playing 2nd player, I wasn't having that much fun.
Oh, really?
And then, on top of trying to do the Let's Play and talk too, I found myself being increasingly silent and not... we talked about being silent when we played the medium, and that's because that game was really good.
Yeah.
This game, I was just desperately trying not to die and to be of what little service I could be. And as far as most of mine, I did play on night on single player for a minute.
Yeah.
And I could barely make it past the first checkpoint.
Yeah. Oh, I will say the checkpoints are kind of generous.
Kinda, yeah.
Kind of generous.
I mean, you're gonna die hundreds of times before you get to the next one. And I mean, don't with the couple hours that we played, I don't want to even mention how many times we died.
A lot.
I don't know if it gives us a counter or not, but it's a lot. It's an insane amount. We definitely died at least 100 times.
And the game tells you you're gonna die. The game tells you that. They know that it's a hard game.
Yeah, it's one of the games where you go forward, you figure out a little more, then you go forward from there. You go forward, figure out a little more, die, then push that forward.
Yeah, or maybe
I forget the term for that.
Maybe the intention's to back out to the main menu, lose your checkpoints, back out, get a new spell upgrade to try it out a different approach. Yeah. Maybe that's the right method to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but
I don't think it's going to be fun for everyone. If you don't like it, if you don't like to be like, "Oh, I'm so frustrated." Yeah. If that's not fun for you, don't.
And it's strange too because, I do like hard games. We both like the Souls series games, and anything that's hard gets compared to those.
Yeah. And so we're just doing our jobs as reviewers now.
And I like those. They feel a lot more fair than this.
Yeah.
I don't feel as upset on those when I die.
Yeah, well, because if you dodge at the wrong time, it's your fault.
Yeah.
But if you jump at the wrong time in this, you didn't know an enemy was going to spawn in front of you. You couldn't have predicted that.
Yeah, I could never think of a time where, intentionally, the game was set to where I couldn't attack an enemy or whatever, and you can't advance without attacking this freaking enemy.
Yeah.
As far as I know, dude, as a second player, just how stiff it is, I didn't think it was very much fun. I do love the look of it, and I think I would have more fun playing just one player or playing at the speed. Now, I know you can turn rapid fire and stuff on. We played it as intended, other than adding co-op on and then moving difficulties down.
Yeah.
But
because
we just kept default.
The default
and I don't know, maybe rapid fire is just you can hold down the button and it'll throw for you.
I think that's what it is.
And it's not going to speed up your throw because you have a certain number of projectiles. No matter how fast you're mashing, you have a certain number that can come out at a time.
Yeah. I think the intended difficulty, I think, is the hardest. That's where they start you.
Yeah.
They say, go ahead, try it out. Punk. You want to give it a go?
Yeah,
you're going to die.
You punk bitch.
They could just put that all the way through. You're going to die. That could just be the title of the game.
Yeah, man.
It's called Resurrection because you're going to die and come back a lot.
I can see this being fun to some people. Masochists, probably.
Yeah.
And I could see myself, I don't want to say that I'm a total masochist, but, I think lowering a difficulty and playing single player, I could have some fun with it. But the way we started out...
I kind of want to try it without the pressure of a Let's Play. Take it home.
Sure.
Give it, just unwind with it and see if I can actually unwind.
Yeah.
But all in all, fun for some, not for all.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if you like beating your head against the wall, it's the game for you.
All right, dude.
Trust me.
What would you give this out of 10 or out of 5?
Out of 5?
Out of 5 or 10?
Out of 5 or 10.
It doesn't matter.
Because my rating is it's like when an old friend invites you to go camping because they promise you it's going to be fun, and then they shit right next to the tent, and you can smell it all night, and you stepped in it, ruined your shoes. Out of 10.